Welcome to Ladies Talking Business. On this show, we break down the concept of business to its simplest form. I am Moremi Akano. And on today's episode, we will be talking about why good photography is important for business. I will be discussing this topic with our guest, Zainab Oyewo, also known as Simbi Props. Zainab is a product photographer, trainer, and businesswoman. She is the CEO of Simbi Props, a brand that helps small businesses improve on their product presentation through photography and other online content strategies for more sales and visibility. Happy to have you on the show today, Zainab.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Great,
I'm so
great.
glad to be here.
So, what is product photography?
Wow, that's a strong one. Okay, so product photography is about using creative ways to advertise your product. Okay. Many people, their basic understanding of product photography is, okay, let me just put my product on the white background and take it. No, it's much more than that.
Okay.
Let me use the online space for as an example. There are a lot of business people like you selling the same product that you do sell. Okay. So how do you intend to stand out? And that is through product photography. Okay. What creative ways are you presenting your product to the public? How are you advertising your product to us online? So that's what product photography is all about, really.
Okay. So how do you give life to product photography? So let's say I have a phone that I want to sell. Okay. How do you think I can give life to it to make my photo look beautiful and attractive?
Wow, there are few ways to do that, but I'm just going to mention two. Okay. The first and the number one is with the use of props and cool backdrops. Okay. Let me define what props are. Let me give an example. Let me ask you this question. Any product video and any product picture you see online, and any other thing aside that product in the picture, what do you call it? Do you just think it's there for just being there, or why is it there? Let me give an example. A handbag. You see a picture of a handbag, and then you see some leaves, some flowers. Why is it there?
To make it look real, to beautify it.
So those are props. Okay. That's why it's there, to enhance the beauty of your product. So that's one way to give life to your product. Okay. The other way is through, they call it lifestyle photography, showing how your product is being used by an actual person. Okay. So those are the two very strong ways to give life to your product.
So which would you say is more productive?
It depends on the kind of product, really, but both of them really work well. And it's good to have a mix of both. Do this one and then do the other one. Yeah.
So talking about product photography, would you say that small businesses need to, or let me say it this way, what are the benefits or what's the importance of good product photography for a small business or for any business?
Oh, wow. It's really, really important for a small business owner to invest in good product photography. I'm going to tell you a few reasons why. The first solid reason is, you see, we humans, we like to judge the book by its cover.
What we see.
Yes, that's how it works. And that's how the online space, the business world is. You cannot tell me, yes, you have the best this, you have the best that. And when I see your products, it looks...
And it's not appealing.
Appealing. I'm not going to be interested. Okay. So the number one reason why you need to invest in good product photography is that it directly translates to the quality of your product. So if you don't put much effort in how you present your product to me, how you visually present your product to me so that it becomes appealing to me, I'm going to automatically judge and say, no, this is poor, this is low quality, I cannot buy this,
even if it's a good product.
Even if it's a good product. The second reason is it actually do set you apart from competition. A lot of people are selling the same thing you're selling.
For thousands of people.
Even better quality than you. But if you invest in good product photography, make your product appealing, make it how was the word? Make it hungrious.
Yes.
Make it hungrious. We will definitely be interested and want to buy. Even though your quality may be good and not so good, but that's what draws us to the gate. The look, the beauty, the creativity you put into it to advertise to us. So those are the two main reasons as to why a small business owner should invest in good product photography.
So would you say, I mean, from experience, you've been dealing with this for years, so would you say that good product photography can increase sales in a business?
Most definitely. I'm going to use the online space as an example. Now, let me use Instagram to be specific. The way Instagram works is the more likes, the more comments you get, the more your post or your product picture is being pushed to more people.
So the more visibility.
Yes. So now if you put in much effort in your product presentation, your product pictures, you put in creativity, you put in awesomeness into it, even though I don't have the intention to buy, I will engage with your post. I will engage with your photo. And that will tell Instagram that, yes, this content is important. This content is worthy. People are loving this. Let me share it to more people. And the more people is being shared to, the more visibility your brand is getting, your product picture is getting. And of course, it eventually leads to sale. If I see your product picture, I'm like, wow, where is this person from? Look at how nice this product picture is looking for. I go to your business page and check to see what more you have to offer. If I am not interested at that moment, I will definitely follow you and chill to when I'm in need of the handbag or the shoe that you're advertising. So most definitely, it leads to sales. And increased engagement.
Fantastic. So what does one need to know about product photography, like a beginner's guide? You know, I know that sometimes the kind of phones you use may determine, you know, the quality of photos, but just a beginner's guide, what would you advise?
I would mention three. I have three advices for a beginner. The first one is to get a good phone, of course, like you've mentioned. But then getting a good phone is just like 20% of it. Yes. Get a good phone with good camera quality, most likely above 13 megapixels.
Above 13? Okay.
Yes, above 13. But these days, like when you want to buy a new phone, you get to see the specs being 20 megapixels, 24, 28, which is really cool, super cool. You should get that. Now, secondly, your lighting. You see, photography in itself, the meaning of photography is light. How you capture light with your camera. When you take a picture, you're just capturing light. You're not actually capturing whatever it is. It's light that is translating into pictures. So your lighting has to be in check. Many small business owners do not know this. And they'll be like, oh, my picture is not looking good. My picture is not looking good. Is your lighting proper? You have just one bulb in your shop and you want to take high quality picture. That's not right. There's so many studio lighting equipment that you can get. There's so many, all sorts, as long as it's white bright lights.
So white bright lights are the key.
Yes, white, bright, diffused lights. Because there are some lights, when they shine on the product, they create shadows. So diffused light is more soft. It doesn't give you hard shadows. So, and lastly, invest in knowledge. Learn how to take good pictures. You cannot learn it. You're a beginner. You can't, even whatever it is you read, you may not understand. So find someone in the field that can teach you. I am a product photographer and a trainer, and I teach small business owners how to take good, compelling product pictures with their phone. So find someone in the field that is experienced with taking product pictures with a mobile phone. You learn from the person. Highest, the investment could just be maybe 10,000 naira or so.
Exactly, and that's so little price to pay for.
And this thing, you learn it for life. You learn it for life. And that's just my advice to a beginner that is starting with product photography.
I believe that's a great advice, but we'll talk on this more right after the break.
Thank you.
So we will be back for more conversations with our guest after the break. You are watching Ladies Talking Business on Plus TV Africa with our guest, Zainab Oyewo, also known as Simbi Props. I'm just so used to calling you Simbi Props, so let me just call you Simbi. All right,
I actually
Simbi.
prefer that.
You prefer Simbi?
Yes.
Okay, Simbi. So what are the different types of product photographies available?
There are three major types, although it's more than that, but there are just three major types. There's the e-commerce photography,
Okay.
there's the conceptual photography,
Okay.
and there's the lifestyle photography.
Okay.
The e-commerce is those kind of photography you just take shots on a white background to upload on a website.
Ah, okay.
Now, the goal for such kind of photography, you're wondering why is it always on a white background? The aim is not to advertise, but to sell. So you can see the components, what it comes with it, what the design and all that. So no props is distracting you from anything. I remember this case. There's a lady, she sells wristwatches, and on her e-commerce website, she took the picture in such a way that she added some nice, cool props on the side with the wristwatch in the box and all that. And when the customer was shopping, she had at the back of her mind that that is how it's going to come in the package. So the goal of the e-commerce shots is so that this is what you're getting.
What you see is what you
get.
Yes,
what you see is what you get. This is my website. This is how it is. But the conceptual photography is for all the paparazzi. Like we're going to, the aim is to advertise, not to sell. So those kind of pictures are what we post on our social media pages.
Okay.
So that you attract the user or the customer that is viewing it. So that's what conceptual photography is all about, with the use of props just to beautify or enhance the beauty of the product. Now, the last one is the lifestyle photography. Those kind of photography is just more of showing the product with a human being using the product, with a human being involved and all that.
So that's probably more like what the fashion brands do.
Yes, and or maybe the toothpaste brand or even the spice brand. It could not be a human per se. It could be a settings, a more realistic settings. It could be taking the picture of the spice in the real kitchen. So that's what lifestyle photography is.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know earlier we're talking about lighting for photography.
Okay.
So in the case where I cannot afford the big LED lights,
Okay.
and all those paparazzi that you photographers use, what options do I have to get good lighting for my photography?
The best option is to use natural light.
Natural lights.
Yes. There are two kinds of light.
Okay.
The natural light and the artificial light. The natural light is the light made by God.
So,
daytime light.
Okay.
The light
Sunlight,
outside.
Okay.
Sunlight.
Okay.
So you could take your pictures outside, maybe in your balcony or something, not necessarily under the harsh weather or under the harsh sun. So that's what natural light is all about. If you cannot afford the artificial light. The artificial light is the man-made light, light from bulbs, white light and all that. So the cheaper form of lighting is the natural light. It's free, but it can be restricting in such a way that you can't. It's time restricting. It's in the daytime you can take the pictures. You can't take it in the night and all that. So, but it's really good. They both work fine. They give good results. So I can't tell you this one is better than that. No.
Okay. Okay, so as someone who trains people in this field, what common mistakes do you see small business owners make, especially when trying to advertise their products?
Number one, poor lighting. Poor lighting. I could tell, like any picture I see, and I'd be like, oh my God, why is this person taking? The person could be in their house and then bring out the phone straight up and just take the picture. Everywhere is just looking dark. And the flash light of the phone is on. So there's this harsh looking, no. Poor lighting is number one mistake. If you need to learn about lighting, like I said, you find someone good in the field. I will teach you the right kind of lights to use and the number of lights to use. Number two is not showing enough detail about the product.
Okay, so do you mean like different sides of the product?
Yes. product photography is much more than just taking a picture of the front view of your product. Show us other sides. I mean, are you not trying to advertise something to me? Let me know more about the product and not be wondering, okay, does this do this, does this do that? And I'll be too lazy to come and ask you. From your picture, I should be able to tell. Okay, oh yeah, it's extendable. Oh, okay, it's this, it's that. I can close it this way and all that. You communicate that through your product photography. And lastly is the size of your picture and the color, size of your product and the color. Excuse me. Many times when small business owners take pictures of their product, the way it looks like in real life is different from how it looks like in the picture.
I just buy stuff and when they bring, I'm like, okay, this is what I bought.
That is like, oh my God, a huge one. Just stay away from that. Do not try it. You will lose customers by doing that. And of course, there's a way you take the picture. It looks big in the your product looks big in the picture, but in real life, your product is quite small. So if you cannot translate that through your pictures, at least state it that, oh, it looks smaller than it looks in the picture. So those are the three major mistakes that I've seen small business owners do in terms of product photography. And other sides of it is the pricing and all that. When you post online, your pictures are good looking, they're nice, and you don't state the price.
I didn't know you were going to hit that nail on that head. Like, you just shook this table and they'll tell you DM for price.
Like, who has time
for price?
Believe me, I'm just gonna scroll. Like, I don't have time for that. No. What do you have to hide? So meaning that, okay, you can tell me it's 10,000 naira and you tell the next person is what, 15,000. You're not being open. No.
Okay,
it's just too shady.
Hope you can hear that.
It's just too shady.
And it's actually off-putting to the customer.
Yes, it is.
If they have to always DM, okay, hi, I saw this. How much is it?
Let's say I'm interested in 5 different items. Now I have to send you all 5 one by one, asking you how much is this, how much is that. It's so stressful. Online, not being in a physical shop. Online, no. That's a huge turn off. Please do not do that.
I agree, to turn off for me to
Yes.
see me. Okay, so we will go on a short break. Please stay with us. I'm still here with Zainab Oyewo, a photographer, also known as Simbi Props, a businesswoman and CEO of Simbi Props. I like to hear about the growth. You said you've grown, but then again, I always like to hear about the challenges. And I know that recently there are a lot of things that will challenge every business in Nigeria. So post-lockdown, I won't even say post-COVID because we're still fighting COVID, you know. But all of these things, increase in Forex and all of that, how have they, what impact have they had on your business?
Well, I'm going to see a lot of things here. All the challenges that we've faced and we are still facing. First one is product photography, props, backdrops. Being new to the small business owners, it was a challenge, making them understand the value and how to do it. That's why we started teaching for free, giving them free advices, calling them, reaching out to them, helping them, showing them how to do it. That was like the first challenge we faced because it's new, no one knows about it. Yeah. We try as much as possible to educate. We are still doing that till date because more and more businesses are still coming up. More and more businesses are still coming up. The second one is logistics. Oh my God. Don't get me talking about that. Logistics is another challenge. And I'm sure other businesses are with me on this. They're on the same table with me. Logistics is a challenge, but...
Is it that they don't deliver your products on time? Or they don't even deliver at all? How is logistics a challenge?
The weather can play a role. The company, the human behavior, the rider himself, the road... When it rains, like, no, some roads are not motorable, so we have to like not do delivery for that day. So there are a lot of things that come into it. The cost of delivery as well. If we have to use other cheaper means to deliver, so that one takes longer time. and that's how it goes.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you so much for being our guest on the show today and for teaching us more on product photography to help improve our business. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is how far we can go on this episode of Ladies Talking Business with Simbi Props. Do join us this same time next week for another episode. Don't forget to follow us on PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle on YouTube to catch up with our programs. I'm Moremi Akano. Goodbye.